Hi there. I'll just need to change my glasses so I can actually read. My sunglasses away and get my reading glasses out. Out here with the birds and the bees. I'll read some more from Ardaman, Clone number 7, chapter 1, part 4. I do apologise if these glasses go dark. It's the UV bouncing around that does it. Where were we up to? Yes, the face once again ducked back. Inside. Let's see how we go. Murphy, Tico called out. The middle-aged woman once again put her face out of the bus window. Murph, move the bike around to the back, then inside. We need to prep for this horde. She ducked back into the bus, then walked out from behind the vehicle. Janet Murphy Rollins, she said as she walked to the bike. Ardaman can see that once upon a time Murphy could have stopped traffic. She was still attractive, but age and the end of the world had given her grey hairs and a number of lines. Ardaman was sure that she would have no problem with male attention. At the base there were too few women, and most of them were the same one. Where are you from? She asked as she grabbed the motorbike. Austin. Were you headed to Vegas? Tico asked. Revenge the other Ardaman? No, I was heading the wrong way. I was supposed to be heading north. You were heading west, Murphy said as she hopped onto the motorbike. Ah, I see that. Thank you, Miss Murphy. She smiled and rode the bike away. So how can we hope to hold this place against so many zombies? The two of them started to walk towards the building entrance. Well, Tico, to tell you the truth, they are not really zombies. Really? They're actually aliens. As they approached the door, Tico motioned for Ardaman to open the door and enter. Aliens! Yes. He turned his back to Tico as he opened the door. They arrived during the meteor. His voice trailed off as he looked back to the doorway. There, standing and kneeling before him, were 5 people with guns, all pointed at his chest. His muscles began to tense when he felt the cold steel of a gun barrel on the back of his head. He stopped. Tico spoke. I knew you were a smart man. Don't try anything, and who knows, perhaps you will get out of this alive. An unkempt child walked towards him. He saw a stun gun in her hand. She pointed it at his chest, and then he felt its effects. The 2 probes shot into his chest, then 5 million volts of electricity alternated through his body, causing his muscles to tension for 10 seconds. Ardaman wanted to scream in pain, but he was determined not to give them any satisfaction. Then the pain stopped. He dropped to his knees. 10 seconds doesn't seem all that long unless somebody is unleashing 5 million volts at 5 milliamps. Then, 10 seconds can seem like an hour when you fall foul of that kind of pain. Again, ordered Tico. The young girl reloaded the weapon with another cartridge. Ardaman didn't bother to speak. He knew that nothing would stop the pain from coming again. The second set of probes bit into his chest, and this time the electricity threw him to the ground where he jerked like a fish on a jetty. Ardaman wished that the convulsive electro-weapon was pointed at anybody else but him. He wanted not to scream, but he heard himself screaming. The pain stopped. All his muscles hurt. He was unable to move. Again! Ardaman could hear the girl clicking in the new cartridge. Stop it. He's already beat. It was Murphy's voice. Again! Tico looked straight at Murphy. That's not necessary. He's done. Look at him. She pointed towards Ardaman. He's beat. Viridian, shoot him again. The little girl took aim as best she could. A red dot from the laser sight was on Ardaman's left shoulder. She fired. Pain once again ripped through every fibre of his being. He screamed. Those 10 seconds seemed like more than a lifetime. His body still shook a little after the charge had finished. The girl looked up at Tico. She looked drained from the man screaming at the pain she had inflicted. Tico thought of lighting him up one more time to make sure, but when he saw Viridian's face, he thought better of it. He knelt on Ardaman's back and produced a pair of handcuffs from his jacket pocket. He pulled the backpack off Ardaman without any resistance, then cuffed the man's arms behind his back. Take him to the cell. Two of the men facing Ardaman gave their weapons to the people beside them. They did their best to hold Ardaman to his feet. While he was still awake, but he was totally beaten and unable to move a muscle. They raised the dead weight and dragged him off. Murphy went to follow, but was cut off by Tico. Don't, he said to her. She looked at him with disgust. You benefit from this as much as the rest of us, Murphy. She just stared at him. She felt conflicted. Yes, they needed to survive, and the deal they made meant that they would continue surviving. But at what cost? She turned from Tico to walk to the cell they had made a few weeks earlier. Tico grabbed her by the arm. It's not as though he's human. He even admits that he's a clone. He's more human than all of us. At least he hadn't sold his humanity to save his own skin. She spat the words at him, growing more disgusted by her own part in the endeavour. He held on to her. His brown eyes narrowed with anger, but he kept his voice calm. Human or not, he is a clone, and we need to survive. She moved her mouth to argue, but he cut her off. Go outside and help the boys when they make it back. Your clone did a lot of damage to their legs, and little Bill can barely walk. She looked confused. I thought they left little Bill behind. A ruse, he said. Something to help ease it into our trap. Now go and help them in. After you have tended to their wounds and eased their pain, you can see if the clone is in need of first aid. Our protectors will be here within the next couple of hours. This deal has set us up for a long time. He looked extremely pleased with himself as he let her arm go. She thought of defying him and going to see Ardaman, but she thought better of it and instead walked out of the building in time to see two motorcycles come up the hill to the car park. 3 men on the 2 motorcycles. She could see their faces, pain and rage. If she stalled them and eased their pain, perhaps it might ease their rage. But she doubted it. Finally reached the end of chapter 1. Ardaman Clone 7. That's it. Hope you have a great week. Take care. Bye. Oh, there goes a truck. It's always wonderful to get on your YouTube video, isn't it? The truck using its engine brake and then accelerating off, I suppose. Don't try anything, and who knows, maybe the birds will keep twittering. And the dogs can bark as well. Woof. Next time I'm recording inside. Doesn't matter how beautiful the day is. I mean, the day is absolutely stunning.